Is our shepherd, I shall not want him, make it I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I behind stool, water them. Him restored I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of I trusted for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepareth a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah Kadamawe Grumabe ante la exact beer tanayistalina shante abaka shaka abaka shaka I. Au mauso bolisa mauga so bolisa Adam water, it was simply a four. Our tanyu moye, who you wala don. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition, to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, because we are not. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we keep saying we are the headquarters of the truth in my name. Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, from the crown of their hairs all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny. After the forensicity has been classified, my brother, my sister, we tease out the creme de la creme and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power, absolutely. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. You can find us also on Instagram, on X. We are live and colored. Oh, and on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the crucial hands of patriotism. This is where the truth lives. This is the headquarters of the truth. This is the domicile of the truth, the habitat of the truth. Yes, the bedroom of the truth, the hometown of the truth, the address of the truth. Come here. Today we have a number of issues to look at, and I just want to encourage you to please subscribe to the channel. We love you. You are a family automatically. Once you are here, we just want to say we appreciate you and we love you, and we never take your time for granted. Oh my God, have mercy. We are watched all over the world. Oh, all the way from Abyssinia, all the way down to Zimbabwe, my brother, my sister. This is from archaeology to zoology. Your right-hand man. Black Rasta is my name. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification button right after that. And you are a full member of the house. We are called the Black Empire Media, and the show is the Black Pot. It's a show of patriotism and Pan-Africanism. Here we don't do politics. We have nothing to do with politics. It's all about patriotism and Pan-Africanism. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsor. Oh, we love you. Tesori d'Oriente. Now, turn every shower into a royal experience with Tesori d'Oriente. It is an Italian style of technology with African ingredients. My brother, my sister, it's a shower gel which turns your shower into a royal experience. Smell like the Garden of Eden. Have the confidence when you step out. Let everybody begin to ask you, what? What? Let them stammer at the fragrance that comes out of you, oh Lord, and go into every interview successful. Let them question what makes your skin glow and glitter. Let them ask you, oh, how did you get all the skin blemishes out? Let them find out exactly the secret and be kind enough to tell them it's Tesori d'Oriente. It comes in so many different flavors. Oh yes. Are you looking for the royal oud? Maybe you want the Persian secret. Maybe you want the karma. Maybe you want my favorite, the forest therapy. Oh Lord, whatever you want, trust me, it's all from the middle of the Garden of Eden. Lord God have mercy. Watch this. Now this one is coming all the way from Daddy Ash Limited, as distributed in Ghana. It's premium quality, made very affordable. Please pick up the numbers on the screen, and for bulk purchases and inquiries, you call Daddy Ash Limited. Oh my God. Distributors of Tesori d'Oriente. And my name is certainly Black Rasta, Ghana's #1, Africa's finest. And today we have 4 very important stories to share with you. Yes, my prayer is that you will share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this at the same time. Subscribe to the channel. If you're ready, I am more than just ready to rumble. Story #1. Watch this. Kai. Dodo. Kevin Taylor's loud silence TV shut down. Now everybody knows Kevin Bedu Eko Taylor. He's a very interesting gentleman. He was born on my birthday, the 2nd day of September, several years after I was born. And he started life in Obuasi, moved all the way into the capital, Accra. In fact, he is a journalist by training. And at a point, he told himself that it was time to take his destiny into his own hands. He started what was known as the Loud Silence Media. And when he began it in 2012, he knew it was time for action. Oh, he was able to report very powerful stories. Documentaries were playing even on Al Jazeera from his Loud Silence Media. Then somewhere in 2016, the whole thing went super international. He relocated to America in marriage and beyond. And right after that point, he came with a program called, With All Due Respect. That was when all Ghanaians got to recognize him and hold him in high esteem. A lot of the things the Ghanaian media tried to hide, he unraveled the mystery behind every single one of them. And he came out so fiercely, right? Fiercely, my brother, my sister, and fearlessly. He gave out the information. He warmed himself into the hearts of many Ghanaians. But of course, politicians shivered. He told us the stories we wanted to hear. and he gave us details, devoid of all the fear, the favor, the fanaticism. Yes, fanaticism. That is the word. This is Kevin Bedu Eko Taylor. Kevin Taylor for short. And he is a man who comes with a certain style that many people sit back and say, whoa, this style is unconventional. But for him, as long as the message gets there, it doesn't matter how. The most important thing is get the message across. Oh, he supported John Dramani Mahame's return. He spoke against the NPP that he claimed was his own party. And the NPP was looking for him. Several times he was taken to court. Some of the cases he won, some other cases he lost. And we remember that one against Canada, Japan, which probably was the biggest threat to his career ever. The suit was filed in the United States, his backyard, and he went to court with his lawyers and came out victorious. That was when he had a certain seal of quality on his brand and name. Naysayers began to incline an ear to him and hearken to his whims and caprices, his beck and call. This is Kevin Bedu Eko Taylor. Oh, yes. Many Ghanaians love him. Yes, he ran into several problems. And when the NPP government left, the first thing he did was to come to Ghana because many people said he would never be able to come to Ghana because of the number of toes he stepped on. But he came to Ghana. He went to court. He was victorious in court. Oh, and right after that, he's been coming to Ghana time after time. He's somebody I have a personal relationship with. Once in a while, we talk. My brother, my sister. The day he celebrates his birthday is the same day I celebrate mine. And sometimes we share words of encouragement to each other. This is Kevin Taylor. I chanced upon a video, having heard several times that Kevin Taylor's Loud Silence TV was shut down. Something that he started arduously from 2012. Shut down after 14 years. What happened? What was the problem? What could have gone under the bridge? And then he himself told us his story. And he told us exactly who was responsible. Watch this. This is to formally announce to you, our cherished viewers and followers, that we are going on an indefinite break. Our resumption date will later be announced. He put this out. My brother, my sister, oh, his channel had to be closed down. Even his TV network closed down. He was paying more than 5,000 American dollars every week for his TV right in Ghana. My brother, my sister, sometimes even more. He made this announcement. Many people were surprised. What happened to Kevin Taylor? Why is he no longer on TV? Oh, then, boom, the orchestrators, yes, orchestrators of this started to talk. Now, one man was fingered. My own brother, Professor Al-Hassan of GBC. He is the boss of the GBC. That is him sitting there. Oh, yes, Professor Al-Hassan was fingered in this. And it looked like he himself confessed to what he did to Loud Silence TV. Let us go straight to Kevin Taylor to listen to him tell us how his TV network was shut down. And I warn you, it's full of expletives and, hard language. Please forgive me. Watch this.
This is the man who was making calls for my platform to be shut down. Such a fool. This fool, on one case account, when the Numa say, I na o srim, and na oya sala, and na imam be na on anyone masala chika and say, make Kevin Taylor, because time as son, Kevin Taylor be expose the MPP4, or be yes scandal, or be kano krena chiremi imam no, not senebe yen to mabua etu aban boneno. He was worried. He wanted Asla Owusumo to shut me down. This foolish man. How can such a fool, Mr. President, be entertaining such a fool? This guy wish you never became president.
But it should have been more. We have can control it, but direct to home, outside your borders or inside your borders, but it will hit have merged. And when you are home and you are running to, now I will illustrate one example why this conversation matters. About 2 years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then all of a sudden he told me that, oh, it's time for Kevin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kevin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kevin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH, Kevin Taylor, was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. They commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kevin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kevin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So, nowhere, you can get him. Now, I will illustrate one example why this conversation matters. About 2 years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then all of a sudden he told me that, oh, it's time for Kevin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kevin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kevin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH, Kevin Taylor, was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. They commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kevin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kevin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So, nowhere, you can get him.
This man, that is what he was doing. What was Kevin Taylor doing? Kevin Taylor was exposing the NPP government. This idiot took it upon himself, offered Asla Owusu, and told Asla to shut me down. To get my license to just operate, I spent over $20,000. I was paying $5,000 a month, and I'm still paying to be on multi-TV. I spent $20,000 just to get a license to come and tell Ghanaians that this is what is happening to Ghana. Pasiampenyi Way came to Accra. He called Asla. Nipana will say he called an operator. He called Asla Owusu. Offer Asla Owusu, and you bring Asla Owusu say Asla Owusu should find every means to find how I got into Ghana. This man, Kwasiawi, today is standing before John Mahama and telling John Mahama, you know what? We want government to pay our debt. John Mahama, please, with all respect, sack this fool. These are some of the northerners that you're not supposed to allow around you. Whoever is lobbying for this fool, you need to sack this guy. All to him for editing Embra GBC. Even your manifesto launch, this guy instructed them not to cover your manifesto launch. This fool. Anyway, today, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was president for 8 years. This man could not look in his eyes to tell him the problems of GBC. And we allow these fools. They draw so much money, big salaries, stupid idiots, and then we give them chance.
Well, Kevin Taylor is noted for explosive utterances. In his opinion, Professor Amin Al-Hassan should be sacked by the President of the Republic. He is the boss of GTV. In fact, the whole of GBC. Radio, TV, online, everything. I've had the opportunity to meet him. We grew up together at Moshizongo in Tamale. And in his own words, he said when he went to Tamale to pray behind a certain imam, right after prayer, the imam was so much in a hurry to go and watch Kevin Taylor. And that shocked him. How can Kevin Taylor be on Ghana TV with such explosive language? And he called one of the regulators to deal with the issue. And according to Kevin Taylor, it was one Esula Owusu he called. And this is Esula. She was the Minister of Communication at the time. And the whole thing was shut down. And when it was shut down, Kevin Taylor had to run to Nigeria to pay the Nigerians to find a way of putting him into the Ghanaian space again. That was how Kevin Taylor was able to return to the airwaves right here in Ghana. Number one, it shows resilience. Number two, it shows a man who is not ready to give up. Now, before we came on the show, I tried to speak with Professor Amin Al-Hassan, and he told me point blank, he is not ready to give any credence to this story. But we had another conversation which we are going to be following up on. And in the next coming days, we will bring you a bigger expose. Did Kevin Taylor get the right information? Did somebody lie to him? Or exactly why did Kevin Taylor get this angry? I have the answers. Come here. It's simple. My brother, my sister, that Kevin Taylor knows how far he has come with his Loud Silence TV from 2012. What he went through. He's a man who has always believed in information, the WikiLeaks style. People must have the information devoid of all the formality and bureaucracies. He's somebody who has challenged the status quo. He is somebody who has decided that, you know what? I don't need all the formality to be able to bring out my message. I will give it to them raw. He doesn't think about ethics when he's on his show. So it is for you to decide if you want that show or not. But in no time, he started catching up with the people. What the media in Ghana couldn't give, he was able to give that raw, no protection. And he became a threat to many. Many took him to court. Some he got hooked, and others he was freed. My brother, my sister, Loud Silence TV is a delicacy of so many Ghanaians. If an imam in Tamale is so much in a hurry to finish his prayer, to rush and go and watch Kevin Taylor, my brother, then he must be doing something right. Can I bust your bubble right now? Why did Professor Amin Al-Hassan decide to ask the regulators to deal with Kevin Taylor? For him, he felt that Kevin Taylor was not using decorum. He was not using language that was palatable for journalism. He felt that what he was doing was not journalism. It was against the very ethics of journalism. And for that matter, he felt that this kind of freedom of speech should not be tolerated in Ghana. But Kevin Taylor has endeared himself to so many different people across the world, not only Ghanaians. Now he's calling for the head of Professor Amin Al-Hassan. Right now he's calling for the head of the boss of the GBC. And he claims that this man is anti-government. And at the same time, he uses unprintable words on him out of anger. Probably if I was the same person in the shoes of Kevin Taylor, I would have used similar language. Looking at how much investment has gone into Live Silence TV. Looking at how staff members are being paid. Looking at how to even get content on this. And at the end of the day, one man decides that this is not good enough. and therefore he has to get off TV. And it took a political character like Esula Owusu to clamp down Loud Silence TV, because basically Loud Silence TV was 110% against the NPP. It was a thorn in the flesh of the NPP. But Kevin Taylor decided not to back down. He pushed on and on. Now the party that he supported in opposition to come into power is in power. And he thinks that this is the right time for him to remove all those people who did not support his work and the work of this government while in opposition. My brother, my sister, is Kevin Taylor right? Is he justified in his utterances? Is Professor Amin Al-Hassan justified to say that no, his language is so unclean, the way he approaches his issues, very terrible and bad, and anytime soon he could cause a big problem in Ghana? And for that matter, let's clamp him down, despite the fact that he was paying so much money to air his program on TV in Ghana. My brother, my sister, we'll leave the discussion to you. But at this point, I am a believer in freedom of speech. I am a product of freedom of speech. I will never be seen to fight freedom of speech. When people speak, no matter how much unprintable language they use, other people can decide whether they want to listen to this or not. It's a liberal space. My brother, my sister, what do you think? It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. I just want to say, Kevin Taylor, keep the fire burning, keep the energy up there. Yes, we might not be the best right now. We are not always right. But the good thing is that most of the time, we are right in the service of God and country. And to Professor Amin Al-Hassan, was there a way you could have gotten in contact with Kevin Taylor and his Loud Silence TV to streamline a few things, suggest a few things, rather than asking for the head of the TV station? Did they show power? Was it power play in the days of the NPP? Your guess is as good as mine. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Why? Calistus is double L. Calistus, Beatrice, ANNAN killed my father. Former Neip boss Cries. Hey. In his own words, he said, there is blood on their hands. Calistus and Beatrice ANNAN. Now, who is Beatrice ANNAN? Beatrice ANNAN Fio is a Ghanaian lawyer. She's only 35 years old. She was born somewhere in 1991, thereabout. She's been on TV. At a point, she was the deputy spokesperson for John Dramani Mahama. She's a very good communicator, quite knowledgeable. I said she is a lawyer by training. My brother, my sister, she's gone into journalism, and now she is a presidential staffer in charge of the communication secretariat. This is the person we are talking about. She is close to the jugular vein of power, right there at the presidency, what we call the corridors of power. Hallelujah. She's not a little girl. She knows the ins and outs of social media, right from X, even before it became X, Twitter, all the way down to Instagram and even TikTok. She keeps ticking and talking with the times. This is Beatrice ANNAN Fio. Hey, she has been fingered to be walking around with bloody hands in the death of the boss of the NEIP, the former boss. What really is the story? Now, who is this other person who has been fingered? His name is Calistus Mahama. Now, Calistus Mahama is an interesting character. I truly love him. We both went to school at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He was way ahead of me. My brother, my sister, he was a very quiet gentleman. I hardly saw his teeth all the years we were on campus. People loved him. His trademark is that heavy mustache sitting on his upper lip. This is Calistus Mahama. All the years we were at the university, I never saw Calistus's teeth. He was raised by a reverend father. So he's a man who is as close to the Bible as possible. Many people see him as very, very charitable. If that word is too big, very generous. In fact, this is Calistus Mahama. Now, Calistus Mahama is the secretary, can I qualify it? Executive secretary to the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. After his first tenure, he called Calistus and said, Calistus, you know what? I'm going again. Please come and be with me. Calistus said, I'm in the village farming. And then I also teach at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He said, come. There's a bigger onus lying on your head. Long story cut short, he joined Mahama. Mahama won the Second World War, and then he became president. And this man became his executive secretary. Many have praised him. Sometimes when people talk about him, I pretend I have never known him. My brother, my sister, this is Calistus Mahama. From where I sit, this guy doesn't look like a man who can even hurt a fly. But I heard that there's blood on his hands. So I am interested in knowing what Calistus has done. What has Beatrice ANNAN also done? And who is accusing these guys of bloodiness? That's the same. Kofi Nkansa, the former boss of the NEIP, under the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo regime, the government. This guy was the boss. Hey, run the doors here. Let me tell you more about this brother here. Oh Lord, hallelujah. This is him. Kofi Nkansa. He's a prominent Ghanaian politician and tech ecosystem leader, best known for his roles as the Chief Executive Officer of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, NEIP, and the first Managing Director of the Accra Digital Center. This man's head is full of zeros and ones. Digital. Now, he started school at the Opokuwari School in Kumasi. He has a degree in computer science from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, same university Calistus and I attended. And he has an MA, a Master of Arts in Marketing Strategy from the University of Ghana. Can I tell you more? Run the doors here. Hey, watch the guy. Hey, no, he recently was involved in a certain investigation. In February 2026, he was invited by the NIB, dash it away. And that is why we are here. That is why we are here. This guy is so angry. He said he will never forgive these two people. Calistus on one side, Beatrice on the other, because they have bloody hands. The blood of his father is on their hands. In other words, they are responsible for the death of his father. How? Run it, my youth. And come here. Run the dossier. Hey, what is he saying? Now, Kofi Ofosun Cancer, the former CEO of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, was recently involved in legal proceedings following his arrest in February 2026. As of late 2024, he has been granted bail in the sum of $500,000. His scheduled court appearance for February 12, 2026 was cancelled after the NIB, National Investigations Bureau, reviewed its decision to arraign him immediately. He was formally charged with publishing false news. This charge stems from allegations he made during a radio discussion on Sumpa 106.5 FM, where he claimed an individual paid money to secure a government-funded scholarship for study abroad. Now, the arrest followed a directive, listen attentively, from President John Dramani Mahama, who reportedly took office in 2025, as you know, to the NIB to investigate the claims of irregularities. And his lawyer is called Nana Ej Bafoiwia. He's also an MP for Manchester South. He stated that Nkasa provided the NIB with the contact details of the person who allegedly supplied him with the information. And whilst in detention, his BP rose like a column of mercury on heat. And something else happened. His father was sick when he was allowed to go out on bail. And on his way to Kumasi, he was called to come. And he told them he was going to see his sick father. They said, no, you must come. And when he went to the NIB, he was told that his father's sickness got worse and he died. For that matter, the death of his father, the blood is on the hands of Calistus and also Beatrice. Let's listen to what he said on Sumpa 106.5. What did this gentleman say? What exactly did he tell the people of Ghana that warranted his arrest and detainment? Watch this.
It didn't happen.
Sure.
No. And Dr. Baumia say on BBC Bio into the digitization. And no need delegates Akasa or Magina Tumno. I will not be a hypocrite to pretend say because this is over a crime in mobile or foreign scholarship.
Foreign scholarship.
Oh yes.
I'm talking about it. Please. Foreign scholarship. Oh.
Nipano
Otone saying.
Minim the exact amount.
Now foreign scholarship.
Yeah.
No.
Minim the exact amount.
Foreign scholarship. Your tongue.
Now security service na busa me na your tongue. Like a Juma.
But what you have to say?
Exactly.
Sure. And you know, you can't just make these allegations of foreign scholarship. And you know what I'm saying? The part is not
over 100,000. I'm telling you.
Over 100,000.
Oh yes. I can't give you because I can't give you
foreign scholarship.
I'm telling you.
Or total over 100.
MPP for to be quadru. Ecos is here.
MPP. I'm
telling you. Yes.
Really?
These things you cannot get 100% system. We cannot pretend to be a yes.
Allow me. Oh, why? Kofi, I want you to look straight into my eyes.
Yes.
Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation.
Yes, Prof.
But oh, Roger, please don't disrupt me. With the greatest respect.
Prof.
Yeah.
May catch say whether MPP or NDC, some of these excesses happen. We cannot pretend and fake say it doesn't happen. We have no mobile security recruitment.
But that's serious.
That's what happened.
That serious allegation you have made. You have made.
You hear that? He was making a very serious allegation, saying that John Dramani Mahama, who just came into power, his administration is selling foreign scholarships. In other words, Ghanaians who want to study abroad. The scholarships that the nation was supposed to give out. These scholarships are being sold to Ghanaians. And when pushed by the host, who did a great job, he said even in his regime, there were lapses like that. But further pushed as to how much it was worth to buy a foreign scholarship, he said over 100,000 Ghana cedis. 100,000, that's more than 10,000, about 10,000 American dollars. My brother, my sister, John Dramani Mahama, the president of the republic, heard this and was very angry. The night he heard this, I am told he couldn't sleep. He placed a call straight to Calistus and told him, hey, have you heard about some foreign scholarships being sold in this regime? Me, I am ready for a legacy, and I'm doing everything possible to leave a huge legacy here. If my appointees are selling foreign scholarships, I am interested in knowing. Write a letter to the NIB, National Investigations Bureau. Tell them, instruct them on my behalf that I want an instant investigation into these utterances coming from the gentleman there. I won't take this lightly. And Calistus wrote the letter. Watch it. The letter came out big, my brother, my sister, to the NIB. And here it is, from the office of the president. What date can you see? The 3rd of February, 2026. Directive for investigation into alleged improper practices in the award of overseas scholarships. Now, the attention of the president has been drawn to a radio discussion aired on Sumpa 106.5 FM, during which a panelist, Mr. Kofi Owusu-Kansa, former Chief Executive Officer of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, alleged that an individual paid to secure a scholarship to pursue further studies. 2. Following a review of the said radio discussion, which was conducted in the Twi language and has since gained wide public circulation, the president considers this allegation to be serious and of grave public concern, particularly in light of the government's firm commitment to transparency, integrity, and equal access to educational opportunities. 3. In consequence thereof, the president has directed the National Investigation Bureau to immediately investigate the allegation, publish its factual basis, identify any persons involved, and determine the veracity or otherwise of the claims made. Now, the Bureau is further directed to submit its findings for the president's consideration and for any appropriate action that may arise therefrom. Please accept the assurances of the highest consideration of His Excellency, the President of the Republic. And this is signed by Calistus Mahama. He's a PhD holder. Oh, yes. So he's Dr. Calistus Mahama. He's secretary to the President. And this one is copied to the Director General, National Investigation Bureau, Accra. In fact, actually sent to him. Dash it away. This was how seriously the president took this issue. Somebody could have brushed it off. Not in these times. It won't work. But who really is Calistus Mahama? Who is Calistus Mahama? Where exactly is he from? How did he get into the office of the president? Except to say that the president handpicked him. But what informed that decision? Run the dossier. Oh my God. Watch this. Now, Dr. Calistus Mahama is a distinguished Ghanaian academic and public servant currently serving as the executive secretary to President John Dramani Mahama. As of January 25, he is widely recognized for his expertise in land law and local governance decentralization. It's the same course I studied, land law, at the same university. Now, current role and recent appointments: executive secretary to the president, in fact, appointed in January 2025 following the victory of John Dramani Mahama in the 2024 elections, and then secretary to the 2024 transition team. That is him. That's how powerful Calistus Mahama is. Flip the page and watch this. What's his academic background? According to his official profile, Dr. Mahama holds high-level degrees from prestigious universities. He has a PhD in land law from the University of Cambridge in the UK. I have a first degree. I don't have a second degree in land law. He has a PhD in land law. And he went back to the university, NUST, to teach as a professor. MPhil in land economy, University of Cambridge. Bachelor of Science in land economy, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We studied the same course at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and we're in the same hall. Professional career and key achievements: head of local government service. He led a workforce of approximately 45,000 personnel and spearheaded Ghana's administrative decentralization policy. Dash it away. Now, go to the third one and let me show you something, okay? Let me show you something. He was born and bred in the north on the 15th of June, 1965, Tamale, northern region of Ghana. He's a native of Pembi, Salaga, in the Savannah region. Despite sharing a surname or family ties between him and President John Dramani have been clarified as professional and political rather than direct immediate family, they are not brothers. Dash it away. My brother, this is the person, Calistus Mahama. And the president loves him so very much. People love him. How did blood from a dead man spill onto his hands and the hands of Beatrice? I spoke with Kofi Nkansa, and he told me, Black Rasta, I do not want to be recorded, but I can talk to you. My father was sick, and it took Calistus and Beatrice to have the NIB arrest me and prevent me from going to see my father who was sick. If they had allowed me that day when I told them I was going to see my father, I would have been able to tell that my father's case was grave, in other words, serious, and would have transferred him to another hospital where he would have been cured. But no, they stopped me, and I went to the NIB only for them to detain me, and my father died. So the blood is on their hands. My brother, my sister, according to Kofi Nkansa, he blames Beatrice more. She is the one who is the younger one. She's the one on Facebook. She's the one who sees everything that goes on there. She was the one who saw the tape. She was the one who directed the tape to Calistus, and together they decided to pin me. When I asked him, but what you said in the tape, do you think it was worth considering? Was it not serious? He said other people had made more serious remarks about these same scholarships for sale, and nobody invited them. He mentioned Baka Vomawo and 2 other people. But the fact that other people have gone into a certain crime and they have not been arrested does not mean that we should not also be arrested should we be engaged in same criminal activity. What are the lawyers? Oh, I saw 2 people stealing. Nobody arrested them. So me too, I went to steal. So don't arrest me too. After all, what is good for the goose must be good for the gander. My brother, my sister, Nkansa is angry. His father died. His father died. Akanchine 1 week observance. Abusapenyin Nana Kwame Nkansa 1949 to 2026. Saturday the 7th of March 2026 at the Jubilee Park, Korongward Masse, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. All are cordially invited. He said his mourning his father and the blood of his father would be on the hands of Calistus and Beatrice forever. Why not on President Mahama? Because he was the one who ordered that investigation. Calistus was only a messenger who was asked to write, better still describe. Nkansa says no, it was Beatrice who picked that tape. And because she has a political agenda against me, this is a political witch hunt, she decided to push it. I believe Mahama is not even aware of this. She and Calistus sat together and orchestrated this witch hunt, political, against me. What is the truth? President Mahama himself has said in several areas how he wants to go to the bottom of this case. He wants to leave a legacy. My brother, my sister, the man is gone, is dead. But should his blood be on Calistus and Beatrice or on his own hands for making those careless remarks? Remarks that he couldn't substantiate. Aside telling NIB that, oh, this is the name of the person. But the person doesn't want us to share his address or his phone number because he fears victimization. If you are not ready to give evidence, why do you allege? My brother, my sister, from where we stand, his father's blood is on his own hands and is published by Ghana Word. Bold and big. Mr. Nkansa is crying. Watch this. My father's blood will be on your hands forever. Me donyame, me papa moja will be on your hands forever. Nkansa to Calistus. Beatrice Annan, run it, my youth. And see, former Chief Executive Officer of the Neip, Kofi Owusu, Ofosu Nkansa, has blamed the death of his father on Dr. Calistus Mahama, who is the secretary to the president, and Beatrice Annan, who works at the Jubilee House. He holds the view that he was held by the national security operatives on the command of these two individuals at a time his sick father needed him. And Kofi Owusu Nkansa believes that if he had been free at the time, he would have been able to pull some strings which might have saved his father. However, he was held by security operatives for reasons best known to them after he had provided them with all the information they needed on allegations he made on radio. Hallelujah. And this was what he posted. Calistus Mahama and Beatrice Annan will forever have blood on their hands regarding the death of my dad for their refusal to give me the time I needed to see my dad at the most critical time when I could have made some decisions to save him. I won't blame any NIB officer because they only work on their instructions. I leave you too to your conscience. Wow. Dash it away. Should Mahama not be the person to blame? Because he directed the investigation. Calistus is only an executive secretary. Beatrice is also a scribe. Do they have that power to call any institution and say, hey, do this on my behalf, and not on the authority of their boss, the president? Wow, then we really have a banana republic, according to Kofi Nkansa. It's the Blakk pot, aka Kokoshonemo, where we speak truth to power. Mr. Nkansa, I think that you are crying to the wrong audience. You should be blaming yourself for this thing. You made unfounded allegations. You are being investigated. Whatever happens to you, my brother, my sister, you should be blaming yourself for this. You saw your demeanor when the Sumpa FM presenter was pushing you. You were most uncomfortable because you knew you're doing propaganda. Whatever it is, may the hands, the long ones of the law, continue to grind and make sure that justice is served. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey you! Wayo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Black Pot. Kukushona.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Hey, have that shower that is heavenly, that is Edenic, that is superfluous. Oh my God. Listen, we're talking about Tesori d'Oriente. Okay? Now turn every shower into a royal experience. Listen, it's silky, it's soft, it's smooth, and it has a ladder that is so rich with foam. Just a little bit of it in the middle of your palm, shake up the water, and it is a garden of foam and ladder, sweet smelling. Now, what is the flavor you want? This is Italian technology with African herbs and other ingredients, including spices, rich ladder, rich fragrance of the royal African oud. Maybe you want the forest therapy, my favorite. Above all, maybe you want the karma. Maybe you want to go for the Persian secret. It's all Tesori d'Oriente. My brother, my sister, for bulk purchases and enquiries, contact Daddy Ash Limited. Call them on 0244 772599, as you can see on the screen. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the headquarters of the truth and story number 3. Watch this, my youth. Ghana busts fake dollar printing syndicate. I came across this and it shocked me. My brother, my sister, Now the Ghanaian economy is booming. Inflation has gone down. The eye of the world is right here on Ghana, focused. The gold is the best in the world. The cocoa is the best in the world. Ghanaians are so blessed. And our people are so hardworking, especially those who live the shores of this country. We have a president who is determined to turn around the fortunes of Ghana for the best original Ghana that Kwame Nkrumah talked and preached about. This is a country that is so attractive to this kind of syndicates, the fake dollar printing syndicates. My brother, my sister, they are printing money. Dollar notes, not even CD notes. And they go out there and spread this. A gang at Tuba. Tuba is after wager. You pass the West Hills Mall. Pass, my brother, my sister, the toll bridge, and then you take left. It takes you all the way into Tuba. Tuba is a Muslim settlement. So you see a lot of Muslims in the area. Some beautiful mosques. And when you move further, you would go into Kokrobite and all those wonderful areas. That is where Tuba is. My brother, it's an area that is most quiet. It is not noisy. So it is very conducive for this kind of nonsense. Information reaching us. These guys had a whole printing press. Got a house in there with tight security. And this is the business they do in there. My brother, my sister, run the story. It is heartbreaking. 11 foreign nationals, and these are not Ghanaians, face trial after massive, listen to the word, fake dollar printing syndicate busted. And this is Richard Kofi. He is the chief superintendent in charge of the case. It is shocking. Now, Ghana Immigration Service has confirmed the arrest of 11 foreign nationals at Tuba in the South municipality over alleged counterfeit US dollar operation. Now, the suspects are currently being processed to be put before the law court for prosecution. Now, the suspects were picked up on January 5, 2026 during an intelligence-led operation by the Anti-Human Trafficking and Cyber Fraud Task Force Unit of the Wager Sector Command. Officials say the group was engaged in printing fake US currency. Some items retrieved during the raid included bundles of suspected counterfeit notes, photocopier machines, laptops, and a router believed to have facilitated the illegal activity. During an interview with Channel 1 News, on March 2, that's only yesterday, 2026, the officer in charge of the case, Kofi, disclosed that investigations have been completed and all suspects are now standing trial. He also disclosed that between January and March 2026, the command rescued 42 other foreign nationals who were allegedly trafficked into Ghana to engage in cyber fraud activities. According to him, the arrests and rescues were the result of sustained intelligence-driven operations by the command. Kofi also disclosed that plans are underway to establish a dedicated unit to strengthen surveillance and intensify the fight against human smuggling and trafficking syndicates. During an interview with Channel 1 News on March 2, the officer in charge of the case, Kofi, that was what he said. He also disclosed that between January and March 2026, the command rescued 42 people, all trafficked into the country to deal in this dangerous activity of cybercrime. Oh yes, dash it away. Now, my brother, there's a lot of crime seeping into the country. Human trafficking. People are brought all the way from some sister nations to engage in prostitution. Kumasi is fast becoming the citadel of prostitution. Now they have even formed a prostitution association. They can write letters to the mayor and warn the mayor to stay away from their business. After all, they are making men happy. And using blackmail, they are able to silence authorities. If you joke, we are going to mention how many of your bosses enjoy our products. Aside that, the John Dramani Mahama government has put a heavy foot like Lled on the ground against illegality. A lot of Ghanaians have been shipped abroad to face trial. And on my mind, that the remix, Kofi Boat, Hajia for real, and all those people. Cars have been seized. 600 million Ghana cedis retrieved by Iyoko from these criminals and their associates, as told to us in the SONA, State of the Nation address. My brother, it's not every country you can go to and start printing notes. Well, you have to look at the level of intelligence of the people in the country. You look at the economy as well. Now, even in America, counterfeits can pass sometimes. It depends on how close this counterfeit is to the original. In the days of John Evans Atta Mills and J.A. Kufuor, counterfeits were all over Ghana and they demeaned the work of the government. Many people won't understand. Once you have counterfeit, now your hard work is going to be fighting against the laziness of some people. Can I explain it better? Now you work hard to get $10. Another person sits in his house and photocopies paper and makes it look like your $10. So when you go out, the fake and the original are fighting for food worth $10. A time will come, prices will go high because there's so much fake money in the system that is not, what's the word? That is not parallel to what is being produced. I can say that better. I can say that better. What I'm saying is that when you work hard and make your money, prices can be there like that. But when you have people print money and just pump it into the market, there'll be so much money, but few products. And for that matter, inflation will shoot. If you were making bread and selling 10 loaves of bread in an hour, now that there's fake money in the system, you will be selling 100, from 10 to 100. So you increase production. You understand? And when you increase production and it still goes, you are tempted to increase the price because now you have more demand. And when you increase the price, that is when inflation starts to set in. Inflation is simply more money chasing fewer goods. I wish I could break it down better. But my brother, long story cut short, the president and his government are intentionally holding back too much liquidity, too much money. Because if there's so much money, prices of goods would go up. People would have so much money, they wouldn't see the reason they should work for money anymore. It was Caribbean. I didn't think it was a me. Me were 1 million. Na me kopes kaso a edin. Me pemremum di misika. They will go ahead to substitute work with what? Pleasure time. Hallelujah. It's basic economics. When they do this, they demean the work of the government. Farmers are going to stop working very hard because they have too much liquidity, they have too much money. Everybody is working for money. Therefore, if there are fake notes on the market, why would they go out and work? There are people who say, me, if I make 1 million, I will not work anymore. Now there are fake notes coming in, they make 1 million. They stop work. It kills the economy. Having said this, let me close on this. It behoves the nation to be able to fight this to the letter. Where are the places where dollar notes are charged? I am happy that in Ghana, there are not too many places where the dollar notes are demanded, even though it is becoming increasingly a problem. Hotels are beginning to charge dollar notes. Houses are now quoting dollar notes for rent and even to purchase the houses. Cars that you would buy are now quoting dollar. Now, when we start to dollarize the economy, then we are in trouble. How many of our illiterates are able to tell the difference between the real dollar and the fake dollar? And this is going to kill several businesses. The dollar is not legal tender in Ghana. That is what the government must stamp an authority on. The dollar is not legal tender in Ghana. When you have government appointees giving dollars to people on the streets, there is a problem. When you have hotels charging in dollars, there is a problem. We are in Ghana and we must only spend cedis. Finished. No compromise. When you are traveling, the only place you can get dollar should be the bank. If you go to the Forex Bureau, the price will normally be up. But today the banks are even sucking out liquidity for the dollar, which is helping in a way. If we are able to do that, my brother, my sister, hold back this dollarization of the economy. Everybody is talking about dollar. People are going to get married. Their bride price is charged in dollars. Then we are in trouble. Thanks so much to the Ghana police for standing very firm and looking at all these dangerous fake dollar printing syndicates and picking them one after the other. Please make their punishments very, very unsympathetic. Let them suffer seriously because they are demeaning the hard work of Ghanaians. In some countries, it's punishable by death. In Iran, if you enter there with a fake dollar note, death, you are gone. Iraq, gone. My brother, my sister, we have to make it very, very difficult for these people, or else all the work of the cocoa farmers, the president and his government, and all these people will come to nothing. Hey, the money you have saved in the bank will be useless because there's so much money out there, fake money. So the economy is inundated with money, yet the products are not there. The man who was producing 100 loaves of bread a day now won't do it because he has so much money from increasing the prices. He needs more money to go and chill with his girlfriend at Kokrobite Beach. He won't bake more bread. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And when we return, we have a final story. Hey! Hey! You! Warrior!
Blakk Pot. Cuckoo show, man.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification button. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. All right? Story number 4. Watch this. The day are you ready to join Black Stars at World Cup? Wow. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Now, the Minister of Sports is one Kofi Adams. He's a very interesting gentleman that I love so much. My brother, my sister. And this is the gentleman we're talking about. He was asked in an interview, which has gone viral, about Dede Ayew, the former captain of the Black Stars. Very dedicated captain. This was a gentleman who played for the Black Stars, took a knock on the head, broke his head, and as blood was bathing his face, he covered it up, my brother, my sister, as you saw. And he still played for the Black Stars. Anytime he headed the ball, that saw broke open and blood ran down his face. But he needed to still contribute his quota to the Black Stars. He refused to sit on the bench. He played like a wounded lion. Dede Ayew, a son of the legendary Abedi Ayew Pele. Now, Abedi Ayew Pele himself, my brother, my sister, was a very wonderful player, very patriotic for the Black Stars. He was a captain of the Black Stars, and we all knew his contribution to the nation is something that we cannot doubt. Now, Dede Ayew for some time ran out of favor in the eyes of the new coach, Mr. O2. My brother, my sister. And O2 says that a lot of the people the day Ayew started playing with for the Black Stars have retired. One good reason, the day himself should be retired from the Black Stars, which we thought was a very bad reason. We all don't have the same capacity. The fact that we are running a race and all the people we started the race with have fallen off and one man is still running does not mean that by all means that man too must stop. We are not made of the same engine. This is Dede Ayew, a son of Abedi Pele. Anytime he donned the Black Stars jerseys, in fact, It looked like some spirits of the ancestors possessed him. He plays like a mad lion. When the coach told him this, he told the coach that he couldn't agree with him. But he respected the fact that he was the coach. And for that matter, he would respect his decision, but he couldn't agree with him. There are two different things. I respect your decision to retire me from the Black Stars, but I don't agree with you for the reason. All the people I started with have retired. Therefore, I must retire. Of course, we agree that some Ghanaians were not too excited about his performance. Some said he had lost the verve and luster, and therefore, he should be benched. He took a lot of insults. Some of the time, the more insults he took, the more goals he scored. Football fans are very unforgiving. You can score 1,000,000 goals yesterday. Today, if you miss one penalty, all the 1,000,000 goals you scored yesterday do not matter to them anymore. Asamoah Gyan on my mind. My brother, my sister. So, a very good brethren, the Minister of Sports, spoke. Mr. Adams spoke, and he made it clear that DEDE AYEW, there is the possibility for him to join the Black Stars team at the World Cup. Because one, he started playing competitive football seriously. He's banging in goals. He is very energetic. He doesn't look like the man that the coach wants to retire. And for that matter, he would personally say that DEDE AYEW is not all over for him with the Black Stars. Do not be surprised should you see him join the Black Stars team. Watch this.
We will do well and possibly do better. Well, I think he's picking up also. Once he hasn't retired from international football, I will not be surprised. Say, team no. I will not be surprised. But that is the coach's responsibility. I'm convinced we will do well and possibly do better. Well, I think he's picking up also. Once he hasn't retired from international football, I will not be surprised. Say, team no. I will not be surprised. But that is the coach's responsibility.
DEDE AYEW, once he has not retired from international football, Kofi Adams, the Minister of Sports and Recreation, was speaking with Adom, and he made it clear there's the possibility the man could play. World Cup, Kofi Adams speaks on possibility of DEDE AYEW returning to the Black Stars. That shit away. We all saw Roger Miller. Many criticized that he was an old horse and that there was nothing he could do. Cameroon decided to take him to the World Cup. He became the oldest player at the World Cup level to bang in a goal. We all remember Roger Miller, and we will never forget him. How he put African football there. He always came in late, and when he came in, he always banged in a goal. And after banging in the goal, you know what he did? He ran to the touchline. Just by the corner flag, he did an African dance of the waist, which some people call the samba dance. My brother, my sister, but that is no samba. That is no Brazilian dance. Oh my God. He stood there and that's what he did. How many players did that after Roger Miller? It became a niche dance for a lot of players around the world and put Africa there. The last World Cup they took him to, you know what he did? Roger Miller, old as he was benched and brought in as a substitute player. And he banged in a goal. Unfortunately, they will not even allow him to run to the touch line with one hand up and this one there to his crouch, and he will be doing that dance. Jesus have mercy. I see a lot of football in DEDE AYEW. He's a personal favorite. I love him because of his patriotism. I don't think that is all over. I believe that he is not indispensable, but at this point, the patriotism in him puts him above a lot of his peers. Even if he goes on as a substitute, I won't doubt that this brother here will break his head again in order to bank in the goals. How many people want to see DEDE AYEW at the World Cup? I know that this World Cup is going to be problematic. Bombs are already flying in Iran, and Iran has qualified. Bombs are flying in Mexico. Mexico is part of it. America is sending out bombs. America has qualified for the World Cup. It's a host nation. How would you have a World Cup with bombs flying against opponents? My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, I am all out for DEDE. I want to see you at the World Cup. I want to see you play. I want to see you silence people. I have also been like that. There was a time people said, oh, Blakk RASTA, he will not do well on radio anymore, you know. He's grown old, man. Oh, yeah, we used to love him when he was on radio. Man, but now, man, the guy cannot really do the thing, man. Yes, man. That was what they were saying. Man. And we were watching them from afar. We were hungry in there like mad, wounded lions. And when we got the opportunity, my brother, they saw what we did. And we are still pursuing the thing. If the thing is in you, your age doesn't matter too much. And DEDE is coming from a family of football. Give him a chance. He's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kokushonamo. And here, we always speak truth ultimately to power. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been a very beautiful day. Oh, God have mercy. And we love you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet and hit on the notification button. Please make sure that you pick your own bottle of Tesoro d'Oriente. His Italian technology. African ingredients. Oh my God. A little bit of the shower gel in your palm. You shake up the bath water and the whole thing foam up and it come out good and it smell good. And it come like you just step out of the Garden of Eden. It good, me brother. It's not easy. Me want you to smell good. Me don't want you to rank. Me want to know. To really hold it up and feel good. All right? All the skin blemishes must go. I want you to smell like you just came out of the Garden of Eden. Be confident. Oh my God. One bath is a whole royal experience. Tesoro d'Oriente is premium quality, made affordable and proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Please call them on 0244 772599 for bulk purchases and inquiries. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA. Let's look at your final messages and we are more than done for the day. All right? Send your messages via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook and we will take them up as they come. All right? Jason Strats celebrated the birthday just a couple of days ago. All right? I think that was yesterday. Happy birthday. Yeah, man. Belated one, though. Kwame Kwashi says, come here. This is the Mecca of the truth. Dash it away. Kwame Kwashe says, Black Rasta, may the spirits of our ancestors continue to protect you, the team, and all the patriots of truth who are gathered here. And this is Black Rasta. Any updates on Akpalu, Paul Adum Ochre, and Kofi Juma of Gihok? I believe that this week we'll be doing something about that. All right? So we'll see. Easy, man. Okay? Hopefully tomorrow, maybe on Thursday. We'll see where I go on. It says Black Empire Media. Come back to it. Black Empire Media, the ingredients, the spices, the black pot, and the chefs of truth are gathered here to cook the sumptuous dishes of truth for Ghana. Okay? More comments coming in. Okay? More comments. Ebenezer Ando says, Bowo fire, my brother. Conscious Agbemenu Ahosu says, greetings, Black Rasta. Abdirahman Ali says, watching from Zambia. Respect, Abdirahman Ali. How you doing? Yes, how's Lusaka? Are you in Lusaka? We greet you, okay? And get your friends and family to subscribe to the channel, all right? Soon we're going to be talking about Zambia, all right? Ade Christopher says, my brother, my sister. Joshua Kolete Wago says, good evening, my brethren, Black Rasta. Keep the fire burning. Watching you from Qatar, Jagaid. Kwame Kwashe says, profess of the truth. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell yet another friend. And tell all to come here, the Mecca of the truth, Black Empire Media. More comments? All right. And send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. Vincent Kingsford Beidou says, good evening, Black Rasta, my sinner brother. The Kwame Kwashe says, fire, yeah. The truth is the only fire that burns and leaves no scars. James Amwak James says, the man, Black Rasta, is always perfect to me. Thank you so much, James. We love you. Franklin Safo says, good evening, boss. I am ashamed for asking you if you consume drink, the product you advertised the other day. Okay. I will go and buy one to use to see what the type is all about. Which one will you recommend, though? Okay. It's all right, man. You know, he thought that it was a drink we're advertising. It's actually a shower gel, okay? Shower gel. That's why we say, let every shower be a royal experience, okay? It's all right, man. So, yeah, man, I love the forest therapy. And also, oh my God, the royal oud. But try other ones, man, okay? So you call Daddy Ash, and everything is everything. More comments coming in, all right? So Franklin Safo, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Ras Okoko Fisun Moon says, watch this. Fuwas Ovi Omoto says, greetings, Black Rasta. May God bless you, bro. Zion Genesis says, listening. Agbo for wisdom says, watch this. Come here. Dash it away. Kukushu. The Black Empire, the Black Pot. Greetings, Black Rasta. Enough respect to you. Share. And call a friend to call a friend to call yet another friend. And recommend the channel to yet another friend and family. And then subscribe to the channel. All right? More comments. Nelson Kwashe says, fire, yeah. Ibrahim Abdul Karim Jabbar says, this Professor Alasan is an... Ibrahim Abdul Karim Jabbar, he says, people like this in our society, Ghana, will never move forward. William Azilaku says, and he is still at GBC. Neo Datemil says, good evening, Black Rasta. Kwame Kwashe says, Black Rasta Ghanaians will have to stand up against unpatriotic people who fight to stop the truth. Kevin Taylor's media, beside the insults, the truth is what he drops to Ghanaians. Okay? I agree with you. All right? More comments coming in. All right? Yes, we have Eric Yao Lopez Abankwai says, Kevin Taylor's mouth is very bitter. Sometimes I couldn't imagine listening to his foul pronouncements. Very disrespectful journalist. Are you sure? He curses even Ghanaians in the USA for nothing. He needs to grow up. Are you sure? You're sure, right? Okay. Stephen Agri is watching and he says, Aisha Watara. Greetings, Black Rasta. Continue the good work. Because of you, I now understand the politics of Ghana well. The good, the bad, and the ugly, dirty side of it, and most importantly, the lies. I appreciate it. May Allah bless you. Thank God. Aisha Watara. Salute of patriotism. You are very beautiful, even though we can't see your photograph. Beauty is inborn. Okay? Stephen Agri is watching. Aisha Watara. is happy with the show. We love you, Aisha Watara. Okay? And then Kwame Kwashe says, this one may be coming from Samjata George. He has started poking Sam George lately, subtly, my opinion. Which one? Samjata George. No. He said it was coming from Esla Owusu. Okay? Kweku Parker says it's funny because it was his party that shut it down. Yes, the NPP. He was criticizing his own party, according to him. Kukuwa Jikunu says the GBC boss must be sacked immediately, enemies of Ghana. And they say, hey, Mother Ghana, shut her on good. Kujo Eric says, go and ask his party affiliation, stop talking nonsense. And William Azilaku says, Eric, this is an old tape. Don't mind him. Don't mind who. Of course, he said 2 years ago, this was what happened. And this is what Kevin Taylor is saying. Okay? All right? Of course, the channel is back after all that happened in the past. Now, this is what it is. Neoda Temil says, Kevin brings the energy many journalists are lacking. He goes south sometimes, but he's a solid guy. Very factual. Million Zorbil says, greetings, Godfather, Black Rasta and team. Black Empire Media is exactly a month to the final funeral rites of my late father, David Dwabil Tindando, a.k.a. Zangtohoran. Now, the paramount chief of the Talensi traditional area would sit with his elders of our community and all Sunday perform the tradition and customary rites during the funeral of Zangtohoran. Now, the general public should kindly take note of this communique. Easter Friday, the 3rd of April, 2026, Tongo Swik, Tindandok Yere. Yeah? Tongo Swik, Tindandok Yere. Yes, that's the house where you're supposed to be going. My brother, my sister, we are not going to charge you for this advert. We really support you. And want to say that we will all try and be there as much as is on the 3rd, right, of April, where we would go for the funeral rites of David Dwabil Tindando, a.k.a. Zang Ohodan. And it's going to be happening on Easter Friday, right there at Tongo Swik, Tindando Yere. That is where it's going to be, okay? Yeah, man, thank you so much. We appreciate you. More comments coming in, all right? JDSGA says, greetings, Black. We are live, boy. Our country, or nothing, notre pays, ou rien. Della is for God, says Black Rasta. Positive vibration. Come here. Charlotte Agbeka says, no sound. And Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black. And Rap Thunder says, our country or nothing. Della is for God, says, surely your goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the living God forever and ever. Amen. Ni Ama Johnson says, Ni Ama Johnson says, loud silence TV shut down. Really? Yes, it was. But thank God it has returned. Kevin Taylor himself made it known. Nathan says, bless you, Black, and the good works. Yawadobo says, good evening, my professor. Abdu Mustafa says, hi, Black Rasta. Salam alaikum. You're done good. All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll take 2 more comments and we are done for the day. All right. Abdul Latif Mohammed says, is it the old case during the MPP era or the 2000 case? That's the old case. All right. Yeah, man. We have gone into it today to look at it. All right. And then here we are. Juliana says, Black Rasta, this is an old story. Kevin Taylor is on vacation. Yes, we know. We know it's an old story. We brought it to look into it. All right? Okay. What we are saying is not about it being closed now. We talked about how it closed down and how he got it back. Okay? I hope you understand that. Okay. So Justice Mensah says this program was 2 or 3 years ago. We know that. And Emily Nola says, if it is true, then Sam George is also behind this. And Wafa Siao says, I thought it's new. I'm relieved to hear it's old. Yes, it is. Tewia Juliana says, Kevin will be back in full swing. He's already back in full swing. And Neado Danny says his family. Hi, family. Good evening. Great show. And Husseini Magaje says, Blakk, I love you so much, but I don't know why you alone have demons as your classmate. Please tell me. Okay, fools and demons as your classmate. Are you sure? Where are the fools and the demons? Tell me. All right, who are my classmates? Agnes 24 says, give us a break. And then Wiggs says, same Sam George, be careful. You'll be sacked very soon. Wow. Sam George under pressure. This is the days of the NPP we're talking about. We're just looking at how it happened and how we are following up on the story, and more will be coming out. Okay? Abdul Latif Mohammed says, is it the all same case? Yes, it is. Yes, that's what it is. All right, so we'll take the last one and we'll be done for the day. Yes, Emmanuel Ania says, Dede, are you too? Why? I pray this World Cup gets postponed officially. What kind of greed is this? Oh, is he greedy? Hey. Abdul Rashid says, is this not old news? Which one? No, Bob says, no shutdown key. And then Emily Nola says, Kevin Taylor was right, and he's still right. Always a royal says, Kevin Taylor was not on YouTube yesterday. No, Bob says, Blakk, I won't lie. Ghanaians are some of the most pretentious people I've ever come across. And he continues, Ghanaians care more about words than people's actions. Ameto Michael says, hey, our country or nothing. Emily Nola says, exactly. It is your choice to listen to him or not. And Nobab says, such fake decorum. That's why the country is the way it is. People are fake. Okay? All right? Brother, my sister, I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kuku Shodomo. It's the best time for you to subscribe before you leave. And remember to share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. It's our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. On this note, we catch you again tomorrow. Same time, 6 p.m. Until 8 o'clock, we'll be banging. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo!